Hello and welcome everyone. Today's video features the brand new Pan-Asian Tier 9 premium cruiser, the Tianjin. Now this is essentially a copy pasta Riga, the Tier 9 Russian heavy cruiser. But I must say there are some significant improvements. This I would definitely class as a superior version. And the reason for this is gun performance and accuracy. Now this game features roughly between 10 to 12 minutes of non-stop action with these guns firing, and the results are, with the combination of this high precision spotter aircraft and the captain skill outnumbered, we get our main battery dispersion down to a ridiculous just under 125 meters. So very accurate guns, very fast shell speed, and we ended up this game with landing 65% of our shells on target, and virtually none of this was inside of 10 kilometers. It was all medium to long range engagements. So this is a very accurate ship indeed, and the effects of this high precision spotter are not to be underestimated. It is simply dead eye on a cruiser for the duration of the consumable. And of course I've built in and around this consumable to maximize its duration to get the most out of these guns. And here is the build on screen. So a lot of comparisons are going to be made with the Riga for obvious reasons. It is a copy pasta version. So let me just quickly start. We'll go through and compare step by step, starting here with the armor. Now the armor model is identical to Riga, but there is one notable exception. The deck armor on the Tianjin is increased from the Riga's 35mm to 40mm. Now what this basically means is when you're faced up against super ships, not even the mighty Satsuma is capable of overmatching your main deck armor. So it's only a small increase, but quite noticeable when you're fighting tier 10s. I must add, in this replay, I am using the Pan-Asian commander, Bojing Ma, and he does give a bonus to grease the gears and survivability expert. That's why you will be seeing 55,000 hit points at the start of the game. So main battery, and this is where all the goodness takes place. 3 triple mounted 220mm guns. These have a reload time of 13.2 seconds, a little bit slower than Riga. They can rotate 180 degrees in 26.5 seconds. Now the max dispersion is 154 meters, and the max firing range is 19.3. Now remember, we have access to this high precision spotter that gives us not only a 10% range boost, but also a reduction of 10% to our main dispersion. So already we can see Tianjin has a huge advantage over the Riga in terms of accuracy and range, which allows you to play that long range to medium range playstyle way more effectively. As for shell penetration, very, very similar to Riga. Tianjin can fire both high explosive and armor piercing. The high explosive has a max damage of 3050, a 16% fire chance. They can pen 37mm of armor and a very, very fast shell speed of 995 meters per second. Again, superior to Riga. Riga only has 965 meters per second. That shell speed, it might only be 30 meters per second, but you do notice this when it comes to landing shells on target. The armor piercing is really quite effective. The max damage is 6050, and again with this very, very nice shell speed of 995 meters per second. Tianjin does get secondary batteries. These are 6 twin-mounted 130mm guns, 12 in total. They have a 5-second reload. They can fire up to 7.3 kilometers base range. High explosive shells, 1900 max damage with 9% fire chance. They can pen 22mm of armor, and again, very nice shell speed, 900 meters per second. So these main battery guns and secondary battery literally fire laser beams. When it comes to the airstrike capabilities, you do get the depth charge airstrike, 30-second reload, 2 available flights, each dropping 2 bombs with an operational range of 7 kilometers. And the max damage on these depth charges is 4,200. In terms of AA defense, Tianjin gets a rating of 79. Again, slight improvement on Riga. You simply get a little bit more continuous average damage, the majority of which is medium range. Tianjin can fire 5 shell explosions per flak salvo with a max damage of 1,691. The priority sector reinforcement is 50% with a max firing range of 6 kilometers. When it comes to maneuverability, the base speed of Tianjin is 33.5 knots. That is increased to 35.2 when mounting the Sierra Mike signal flag. This is again identical to Riga. However, the turning circle radius does remain the same at 920 meters, but the rudder shift time is a little bit slower on Tianjin at 13.4 seconds. That compared to Riga's 11.5 seconds. So finally, when it comes to the numbers, it's the concealment rating of 59. This equates to a surface detection range of 12.1 kilometers. You'll be surface detected by enemy submarines and enemy aircraft, both at 7 kilometers. 12.1 kilometer concealment, which is identical to Riga. So you'll be asking yourself, do I really want to get myself a Pan-Asian copy-pasta ship version of the Riga? Well, I must admit, I was a little bit reticent at first, but once you realize the accuracy and potential of these guns, it is a far superior Riga. Now, you also have to ask yourself, is it worth the price of going through the bundles in the Armory? You can also buy this ship directly for doubloons and in the Armory for cash, in the premium store for cash, I mean to say. So I leave that up to your own discretion. No joking, you can look at I urge you to look at the game results at the end of the game. Literally a 65% accuracy result from shells fired to shells landing on target. And that is quite significant for a cruiser, for any ship for that matter. Even there are destroyer captains out there that dream of having a 65% accuracy rating over a game. So this is the potential of this ship. I hope you enjoyed this quick little review and it provided you some useful information. If you'd like to see some live gameplay, feel free to come over and visit me on Twitch, and you can see some of my most recent videos here at the end. I look forward to seeing you all again.
Geben Sie den verbündeten Flugzeugen Feuerunterstützung!
Spotter airborne. Spotter returning to ship.
The enemy team has taken the lead. Enemy battleship sunk!
Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy battleship sighted.
Achtung, melde Zielposition. Spotter airborne.